What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Park City, booyah. Just walking down where you'll ski in and ski out at our new $6 million lodge. Getting it set up for the holiday season. Make sure to call my dad at 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934 to secure your reservation at all of our amazing hosts of multi-million dollar properties, soon to be around the world. By the way, Malibu just sold a brand new home for $210 million. It's the most expensive home ever to sell in California, even exceeded the $200 million purchase of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Proving the point once again that the best real estate in the world, location, location, location. This includes Maui, Waikiki, and now Park City. Booyah. All this will be covered in snow in and around early December, sometimes November. And then we have the best skiing in the world for about 4 months or so. But let's talk about what's going on, because things are getting really, really hot geopolitically right now. Vladimir Putin just visited Pyongyang out in North Korea, strengthening their alliance. We haven't seen ties like this since the Korean War, pre the collapse of the USSR. Many believe that, of course, they are exchanging arms, something that they deny, regarding the war in Ukraine, which is continuous, will never end, and will end, I believe, not just with a Russian win, but a militarized zone, much like you see in North and South Korea today. All that taxpayer money will be wasted, of course, by the Americans that spent it for a non-NATO country and an actor who's not even elected and is arguably a dictator since his term expired in May. So what is next? Well, what is next is Israel is about to be at full-scale war with Lebanon. That's the latest development. So not only is Israel dropping bombs in Gaza, Rafah, we're at war with Iran, but also soon to be Taiwan, and in addition to that, Lebanon. So the wheels are just completely falling off. Here, take a look at this. This is pretty cool. So this is where the main run comes down to one of the primary lifts here. You can see this beautiful piece of real estate, just amazing ski lodges surrounding compounds out here in Park City. Of course, they also hold every year the film festival in late January, which is huge as well. Places like this rent for like sometimes 20, 30,000 a night, just to give you guys an idea. Condos rent for, 20, 30,000 a week in high season. So where is this all going? Well, this is going where we know it is going, World War III. Donald Trump's going to get into office, in my humble opinion. Once he does, they're going to dump the stock market. Now, NVIDIA stock, which is now the most valuable company in the world, it exceeds Microsoft at $3.32 trillion, which makes all these microchips for Bitcoin and crypto and tokenized real estate, all the stuff I keep telling you to buy and to get into because it's the future. And Bitcoin's going to trade well above $2 to $3 million in the future and well above 100,000 later this year. Is not only the most expensive company in terms of market cap value, that's NVIDIA stock, but notice that NVIDIA, spelled backwards, is AI. Have you noticed that? And if you go in reverse and spell more of it backwards, it will read divine, otherwise known as divine, AI, divine. See, it's my opinion that the global powers that shouldn't be are building an AI god. They're building a supercomputer, of course, to merge human beings with brain chips, which Elon Musk is rolling out with his company Neuralink. In fact, Elon Musk was even saying today how he's had multiple assassination attempts on his life in just the last 7 months. That was just a story that came out while I was working out and getting a little exercise this morning. So the outcome of this is what we already know is going to happen. More hyperinflation, more war, more instability, stock market crash, bank runs, collapse of the dollar, and then the whole system's being reset to crypto and blockchain and Bitcoin. And the number one asset is tokenized real estate, which is why it's my primary mission, and it's basically all I do now, is just buy property all around the world, to protect my member investors at islandproject.com, the digital Noah's Ark, so that they have their money outside of the banks with no bank debt and hyper appreciating Malibuya type assets that just sold for $210 million, the highest sale ever, proving real estate prices aren't going down on the beach and on ocean front and on places like this. Our largest acquisition yet. I want you to imagine yourself skiing down here 100 miles per hour with me and hundreds of other investors later this year. This is one of the bridges that you come under right as you come out here into the main lift. So location, location, location. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Again, Jesus Christ is King. Take personal responsibility for your life, improve your life, pivot, leverage, profit, learn about crypto, buy islandproject.com, get rich, join us, join the All-Americans, save America, build a new America, and have a blast while you do it. Pretty sick, right? All right, I got more work to do. Take care, guys. Process of becoming a member. What do you see most often, and what are people asking?
Well, most often, like I mentioned before, is the timeshare. Everybody wants to think that because we offer some time that we're some kind of a timeshare. But again, that's the last thing we are. We're true fractional ownership. And the goal is to everybody, just kind of reinforce it. 75 to 80% of the time, we intend to lease out the properties, rent out the properties to third parties. That's where we're going to get our cash flow from. That 20 to 25% of the time that we don't rent out or lease out the properties, that goes to the investors. That's how we're going to allocate the time. So that's a big one. And then just what is fractional ownership? I mean, can you really explain that to me, John? And I think Chris has done a great job of democratizing it. There's no other island project. There's no other project like what we're doing. And it goes right down to all the thought and the intellectual property that's gone into 3 years in the making to put this together. So our operating agreement is unique, and it's unique to the island project, and nobody can do what we're doing. We're first movers in the space, and I don't know if a lot of people would. I don't think big corporations, big money is going to want to do what we're doing, because our goal is to bring our community along, democratize it, support everybody that supported you, and create a community.
Yeah, and I don't even think they can do it. I mean, what the beauty of what we're doing, what makes it so unique, is it's a true ecosystem. So we have all these other features that you may or may not know about. For example, I own personally a baker's dozen Jeeps. I opened up a state-of-the-art 4x4 off-roading Jeep company here in Maui about 3 years ago. Started that business, which serves exclusively our members. This includes private air charter in the future from specific destinations around the world. Our members are from all around the world. The United States, great states like Texas, hoorah, 1000X. We've got people from Canada, New Zealand, Australia, escaping tyranny, wanting to put their money to work in the soundest investment that they could possibly get their hands on. And this is huge. I mean, this is like when Airbnb first was invented, and all of a sudden you could cash flow a dormant vacant property. And I mean, this is not only the future, but you can see it through the lens of even what we see in the media. They say, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Well, you know what I say? Screw that. I say, you guys own the best asset in the world. Don't let the billionaire class own everything. Don't let them take you out of the opportunity. Create the opportunities and then replicate that around the world in a very freedom-oriented way that empowers our members.